morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today we got a new product over in Japan that's got 8 new EXs in it. And that is a lot of new EXs. What we've got is the Battle Academy. And now you might notice I've covered the fact that we had a Battle Academy trademark coming down in Japan. Initially, we considered whether this might be a new expansion of the Pokémon TCG. But it looks like what it actually, well, it doesn't look like. What it actually is basically our Battle Academy. Like, we've had the Battle Academy for a while now. It's that, but with more EXs, and that's actually really important to note, because in our Battle Academy, we've had a couple of these now, we get 3 EXs, we don't get 8, so not all of these, we're probably going to get a new Battle Academy at some point, and it's going to largely be the one I'm showing you here, but we're not going to get 8 EXs in it, we're probably going to get 3. Now, interestingly enough, one of the new EXs coming, and it's right there on the box, is actually Sprigatito. And of course, we know where Sprigatito's coming. It's coming in the Paldea Adventure Chest. That's a product I showed you a little while ago. Already been confirmed and all of that. It is definitely 100% coming in that product. We know it's there, so that's good. There are a bunch of extra EXs which are going to be coming. But remember, last time we just whacked them into Fusion Strike. Like, last time Japan got a product like this, it was a family deck, not a Battle Academy, but basically the same kind of thing. They've just really changed the branding. What they did was, they whacked all of the extras in Fusion Strike. So in Fusion Strike, we had just a bunch of terrible EXs. Or they weren't actually EXs then, they were Pokemon V. But we had a bunch of terrible Pokemon V, like Greninja, for instance, which is absolutely terrible, or the Lucario, that were absolutely terrible. And I use those as an example, because actually, we've got new ones of them coming in here as well. So what have we actually got then? I did all these translations myself, because honestly, they're all kind of super easy. So the product as a whole comes with 4 decks, normally built around Sprigatito, Pikachu, Greninja, and Lucario. Told you we're getting new Greninja and Lucario. And then you got stuff like learn to play guides and other accessories and stuff like that. But really here, it's just 4 decks. And the whole point of these decks is very simple. It is supposed to be you have 4 decks to play against each other. So you can basically get a group together, get a family together, learn to play the game. And you've got 4 decks there inbuilt to help you to do so. Plus everything else you need to learn to play the game. Sound like a plan? Excellent. As is kind of standard, in Japan at least, not in the West, there is actually a second version of this, which only has the Sprigatito and Pikachu decks. So it comes with 2 60-card decks rather than 4. It doesn't come with the Greninja or Lucario decks. So there we go. There's 2 different versions. And with that, let's take a look at all of the new EXs. Obviously, we've seen Sprigatito before. It does 100 damage and heals 30 for free energy. It is absolute flat garbage. I will say, look at the little symbols we get in the bottom right-hand side of the card. It's from the Sprigatito deck. So you get the Sprigatito logo. Just like the Armor Rouge EX. Yes, there's a second Armor Rouge EX. And here, it's again from the Sprigatito deck. So you do get yourself the Sprigatito logo. As a side note, several of these are actually second version EXs, so I will compare them to the normal. Remember, they can be paired with the normal, but they are generally pretty gosh darn terrible, alright? You have all been warned. So the new Armor Rouge then, what do we got? Free energy, 200 damage, and you discard a fire energy from this Pokemon. Yeah. Look, I will say, free energy on the regular Armor Rouge, you only actually do 120. The whole point of that one is that you combine it with the Armor Rouge from Scarlet and Violet, so that you can move a bunch of energy to your active Armor Rouge, and then do a huge amount of damage. That's kind of the point of it. Hasn't actually really seen any significant play whatsoever since it came out. But I suppose, in terms of just like pure flat damage, this one does technically do more. Oh, and just quickly, I do want to let you know, I'm doing a Whatnot stream for Powday and Fates today, that new set that's just come out. I'm going to be doing a bunch of packs starting at £1 on auctions. We're going to be giving away a couple of Elite Trainer boxes, and if you use my invite code, whatnot.com/invite/thewassy, it's linked in the description as well, you get yourself a £10 credit, so you can literally come and join in and get yourself a pack of Powday and Fates, maybe more, and not even have to pay any more than postage for it, and then win an Elite Trainer box, which sounds like fun. It's happening 7 p.m. UK time today as I record this. Obviously, if you're watching this late, it's already happened. But yeah, come on down, join in. I am very sure it's going to be a lot of fun. We do have a new Greninja EX. I've got to show you the Froakie. The Froakie by Take here is, oh my word, amazing. I'm buying it just for this Froakie. I'm not even joking. What we got from Greninja here is 100 damage, flip a coin, if heads, 200 damage. And 200 damage for 2 energy isn't terrible, but on a stage 2 is honestly kind of terrible. It's just not an efficient use of resources. And we all know that Greninja is one of those really popular Pokemon, so yes, we have had a Greninja EX previously. It was actually in an EX battle deck. It's not good, but it's better than this one. 2 energy, 240 for opponent already has any damage on. Again, not actually claiming for a second that this is good, but I am claiming that it is better than this new Greninja. Now, we have also got ourselves a Pikachu EX coming. No translation needed for this one. It's just a flat free energy 120. We had a Pikachu EX in Paldea Evolved, which did free energy 220, and if Tails, you had to flip a coin, you discarded all energy. That one was way better. I know these are designed generally to be terrible. Sometimes they do see a bunch of play. There was an old Charizard that did actually see play from one of the style of decks a little while ago. It was the Charizard GX that could just do a straight 4 energy 300. It was from a family deck over in Japan. Did actually genuinely legitimately see play in Mewtwo and Mew decks, because they could copy it for 4 energy to do 300, which was a huge amount of damage. So yeah, occasionally, not often, but occasionally we do have these little gems that come around here, and that's why we do actually have to take these a little bit seriously. So we've had a couple of super popular Pokemon in Greninja and Pikachu. We also weirdly get Houndstone here. A second Houndstone EX. It's free energy, 100 damage, flip a coin till you get Tails. This does 20 more damage for each heads. So technically unlimited damage, which is awesome, but only if you can keep flipping heads forever. And it's super weird to me that this is not the first Houndstone EX. This is literally the second Houndstone EX we've had, which is weird. It's not my top candidate for getting multiple EXs. The other one, incidentally, for free energy, did 160 plus 10 more for each Psychic Pokemon in your discard pile. Works very nicely in my Ghost Dog deck. So, although that deck is terrible. So yeah, apparently we get a second Houndstone EX, which is honestly weird to me. But hey ho, there we go. Now, Lucario gets an EX. As I mentioned, it's a vanilla. Free energy 120 is the best it can do. That's not good. We did get a Lucario EX. There was also an EX Battle Deck promo. Free energy 160 plus 50 to one of your opponent's bench. Once again, the Lucario EX we had previously, which was exclusive to the EX Battle Deck, incidentally, was not good. However, it is significantly better than this new one. Yeah, they're repeating a lot of EXs here. Sometimes these family decks give super weird Pokemon that are never going to get an EX anywhere else a chance to thrive. That is not the case here. This deck is really focusing in on the favourites. Like Darkrai. There's a Darkrai EX. It's a vanilla Darkrai. It doesn't do anything particularly good. It is actually the first... Well, the old EX, we had a bunch of Darkrai. New style EX, Little X, it is the first one we've had. Darkrai's going to get a proper EX at some point. Darkrai always gets the love. Darkrai generally tends to get these fancy cards, so expect there to be a proper Darkrai EX down the line, and expect it to be a bazillion times better than this. And then finally we get Melmetal EX, 4 energy, flip 2 coins, 100 damage for each heads. Yeah, it's not very good. We did get a Melmetal EX in Obsidian Flames, does 90 plus 30 for each metal energy attached to it, and it doesn't have a 25% chance of doing literally nothing. So, yeah, it's significantly better than this new one. But again, if you're a fan of Melmetal, and I know some people out there absolutely are fans of Melmetal, hey, there's a second Melmetal EX already, which again is a little bit weird to me. There are some other new cards, but nothing terribly game-breaking. I do want to just show off the Kawaii Koraidon. Wonderful artwork and 2 energy, 120 against an EX. 50, but an extra 70 against an EX. It's not good, but it's one of the better cards in here. There's an adorable new Snorlax. It's not good, but it's an adorable new Snorlax. There's an Akira Igawa Bishop, which again is terrible, but I just want to show you off the artwork here. And there is actually a brand new supporter card, which literally translates to Picnic Girl, although the lovely Joe of Cerebi.net has got it as Picnicker. Either way, it's flip a coin. If heads, you draw 4 cards. If tails, you draw 2. And I really want to like this card, but the reality is the expectation is a draw 3. Sometimes you'll get lucky and draw 4. Sometimes you get unlucky and draw 2. And I know you can never actually draw 3 with this card, but the expectation is that this is essentially a draw 3. Half the time it's 4, half the time it's 2, so the expectation is 3. Well, that's Nemona. No one's playing Nemona. So I feel very confident no one's playing Picnic Girl. Sorry about that. So there we go. Lots of new cards, 8 new EXs, though we had, to be fair, seen the Sprigatito before, a new supporter card, and a lot of cool things. There is a 100% chance I am picking this up, because I collect Japanese cards, and there's 8 EXs in here, which I'm not finding of elsewhere, so you better believe I am buying this, 100% guaranteed buying this. I want to know how excited you guys are for this kind of stuff. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Kiridan, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.